Hello, everyone. Before we get started today, I wanted to let you know, especially if you are one of my loyal listeners that is looking for a little bit more, I've created a paid subscription option for the podcast for 99 pence per month. On top of this being ad-free and just purely being the essence of the episodes, I will be doing bonus episodes, some personal update episodes, and we'll also include any information, invites into any virtual workshops or online things that I do in the future. So if you fancy it, check out the show notes below with the link and enjoy the show. Hello everyone. Today's episode is sponsored by Athletic Greens. Athletic Greens has a product I use literally every day. I started taking AG1 because I was struggling to fit in time for my health. I wanted to improve my energy levels and look after my health in the long term. So what is this stuff? With one scoop of AG1, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food-sourced superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, and aging. All the things. Now, I take AG1 first thing in the morning. It gives me that fresh feeling, it gives me that energy to set me up for the day, and it's really simple to consume. It gives me the peace of mind that I'm looking after my immune system and my health every day, and really convenient to fit into your lifestyle. I can take it first thing in the morning, I can take it once I arrive at work, or when I'm traveling. It supports a busy lifestyle where it's really easy to consume. It supports my sleep quality and my recovery, as well as helping me keep good focus and have mental clarity around other projects like this podcast. And AG1 is a small micro habit with big benefits, just like some of the other things I talk about on this podcast. It's one small thing that you can do every single day to take great care of yourself. And Athletic Greens has over 7,000 five-star reviews and is trusted by leading health experts such as Tim Ferriss and Michael Gervais. Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. It's just one scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/emerging. Again, that is athleticgreens.com/emerging to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. Hello everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the Self-Improvement Project. I feel like recently when I have been doing episodes, it's been glorious sunshine and searing heat when I've been recording, but today the rain is back, and I don't know if it'll catch on the microphone, but you might hear it on the window as I'm speaking today. Anyway, I hope you're all well. We're approaching the end of summer. We're almost reaching a new phase of our self-development in the year, I guess, but also the change of seasons always brings a little bit of perspective, a little bit of reflection when it comes to our own journey with our habits, with our goals, with our long-term planning as well for any future goals that we have within the rest of the year, but also into the following one. Today's episode is all around us thinking about, are we spending our time wisely? This idea has come from me reading, pondering, becoming more aware of how I'm spending my time. And I just wanted to share some of those thoughts with you guys today. I like the irony that exists within this concept of I've been spending time thinking about how I spend my time as well. So I think contextually, it's always good to start with why does this concept exist? Why does this idea exist? And I think it comes from awareness of when our lives become less structured or more unstructured, I guess. So this pivot or this changing point that exists in life is usually after education. We have a lot of routine, we have a lot of structure, we have a lot of expectation. Think of grades at school. You get that, and then after, if you go into work or you go into any other endeavors, there's no really objective way of measuring success, measuring how we spend our time. If you turn up for school and you're really punctual and you revise and you get good grades, they all go together. But when you go to work, you can go there all day and still be told that you're not good enough or you're not doing well. And someone that looks like, without definitively being able to explain why, can turn up for the same amount of time and be incredible at their job. And look, there's lots of things that come into play here. But the point that I'm making is around the structure of what we have and how we're maybe or perhaps unknowingly unaware of the impact that this can have on the time that we spend. When it comes to this side of things, when we are at work or we're choosing how to spend our time as a grown-up or an adult, we can't really define specifically what the best use of time means. There's nothing to validate it. There's nothing to make it sound more credible than the other. It can come down to how we've been brought up. It can be down to those we surround ourselves with. And ultimately, we don't know if we're doing the right thing or walking in the right direction. Essentially, we don't know what's best. Now, the reason that I'm making this point is around how time can just fly when you get older. As soon as you hit certain points, it's quite tough to remember when certain events happened or when you had particular roles or jobs, when you achieved certain things, because it all starts to culminate into one thing or one piece of time. Now, I talk about this leading to potentially years of waste, and I don't want you to think of this as the sense of wasting time as in you should have spent your time elsewhere better or spent it working on something else when you know that thing was better, classic procrastination or distractions. What I'm talking about here is the sense of not being aware of the time that you are spending day in, day out. So, if you accumulate all of those days that you're not aware of how you're spending them, if you are almost an autopilot or just passive, I guess, you accumulate all these days and you can't define one from the other. Days, weeks, months, years pass us by without us really noticing anything significant. It's maybe times where we step back or really hone in on ourselves that we start to feel like those are really important phases of our lives. But at the same time, there's nothing stopping us from wasting our years being passive. When we have day in, day out work, when we have weeks that fly by, it's not that we're wasting them through doing nothing. We're wasting them because we're filling ourselves up so much with activities and tasks and things that we must complete that will never end. I like to think of it, life turns into more of a to-do list than a to enjoy and embrace and truly live list. And the reason that I am talking about this is because we never truly question why we behave in this way. We never truly take a step back and think about how what you are doing in this present moment is exactly what you want to be doing. And if it is what you want to be doing, are you really noticing how good it's making you feel? Not from a pleasure point of view, but from a life satisfaction point of view. You are living the life that you should be living. I've done previous episodes in the podcast around regret, and this is connotated with that. This links to it very nicely. And what I'm talking about here is, again, it's not around the wasting time, feeling like you should have worked on something else. It's not about regret being that you're not putting yourself out there so that you don't make any mistakes. Life is full of mistakes and you should really embrace that, doing the things that you love. But regret for me is about asking ourselves, did we live the way that we wanted to? And this fuels a lot of the decisions when it comes to how we live day to day, how we're aware day to day, our perspectives on day-to-day life. If you are sitting here or listening to this right now thinking, where have the last 5 years gone? Ask yourself, have you lived the way that you wanted to live? If you haven't, how are you going to change that for the next 5 years? How are you going to consciously make more decisions that might be tough now, but are going to allow you to have peace of mind when you look back thinking, I lived the way that I wanted to live? I think this can be broken down into short-term and long-term as well. Some questions that I've thought of that might help with this is, how do you make yourself feel alive each day? If you can't define that, what about in the last week or in the last month? What's made you feel alive? It was probably something outside of your comfort zone. One that I stole from Sam Harris is, if you knew this was going to be the last time that you ever do this thing, would you have appreciated it enough? Maybe it's spending time with a specific friend. We know how friends can drop in and out of your life. What if it was just a really simple task, like a walk in a specific place or location? What if that was the last time you were going to do that? Have you appreciated it enough? Have you made enough time, if it was so valuable to you, to make sure that you do it again? And one that I like as well, because nobody is immune to it, is even on a rubbish day, do you still feel happy about the choices that you've made, about how you live your life? What do you think? Do you feel like you're living a life day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year, of one that gives you that wholesome satisfaction that you're living the life the way that you should? Not in a sense of progress and achievement and constant status seeking, but in a way that makes you feel happy about yourself, that aligns with your values and how you want to live. Or Do you feel like you're doing it? What do you feel like you're doing that's really helping? Is there something that I've missed here that you feel like would be really good to include in future episodes? So think a little bit more about, are we spending our time wisely? Life is quick. The years can go quickly if we don't think about them and we're not aware of them. How are you going to not waste your time through distraction, but how are you not going to waste your time by being more aware of your day-to-day work? Asking yourself those big questions about what you're doing and how it's making you feel. Are you truly living with the time that you have, or are you being more passive with it as well? Let me know what you think. I would love to hear from you. Otherwise, I will see you guys all next week. Cheers. Hey guys, me again. I hope you enjoyed that episode. And if you're not ready for the Becoming Unstuck in 30 Days self-led course quite yet, why don't you try my free ebook I created? 5 simple steps to improve yourself and your life. I made this during the very first lockdown of the pandemic in the early days of the Self-Improvement Project. It's a quick go-to when you're feeling unsure what to work on when improving yourself or your lifestyle. And the great starting point if you're trying to figure out how to live a more fulfilling and simple life. The link for this will be in the show notes for you. Have a good one.